Greetings everyone. Today we are going to see these 5 important articles from today's newspaper. Let us get into our first article. Ajmer Sharif Dargah, a spiritual and cultural landmark of Rajasthan, which is in the context of GS1, historical figures and their contributions. Let us see about the historical background of Ajmer. The origin of city goes as originally called as Ajay Ajmer was the capital of Chauhan Rajputs, who ruled a part of present-day Rajasthan, Haryana, Delhi, and Uttar Pradesh between 7th and 12th century CE. The city was established by Ajay Deva in the mid-12th century. About the Ghurid invasion and decline, in 1192, Muhammad of Ghor sacked Ajmer after defeating Prithviraj Chauhan in the Second Battle of Tarain, and the city remained in decline for almost 400 years until its revival during the reign of Mughal Emperor Akbar. An establishment of Ajmer Sharif Dargah. The Khwaja Moinuddin Chisti, a revered Sufi saint, passed away in 1236 and was buried in the cell where he lived in Ajmer. For over 2 centuries, no mausoleum was constructed and his memory faded in the region. The Khalji contribution goes as the first Pukka mausoleum and the Grand Buland Darwaza were constructed by the Sultan Muhammad Khan Khalji. Emperors such as Humayun, Akbar, Jahangir, and Shah Jahan further built and add additions to the architecture. Let us look into the architectural splendor. It reflects the Indo-Islamic architecture such as it is featured with the white marble structures and adorned with intricate silver and gold decorations. The Nizam Gate, donated by the Nizam of Hyderabad in 19th century, exemplifies the saint's universal reference. The key features of the complex includes the saint's grave is encased within a silver railing and surrounded by a marble screen. A scenery prayer room exclusively for women was added during the Mughal period. Spiritual significance of Ajmer Sharif Dargah include it is a symbol of religious syncretism. Ajmer Sharif is one of India's holiest Muslim shrines, attracting people of all faiths and serving as a beacon of religious tolerance. The Urs, fe- the Urs festival, the 6-day Urs festival commemorating the Khwaja Moinuddin Chisti's death anniversary, is the shrine's most important event. The festival features Qawwali performances, special prayers, and offerings of chadars at the saint's tomb. Khwaja Moinuddin Christian Christie order. Thus, he was born in 1141 in Sistan, Persia, and he lost his parents at the young age and embarked upon a spiritual journey after meeting the mystic Ibrahim Kandozi. Spiritual journey and mentorship goes as he met his mentor Khwaja Usman Haroni in Herat, Afghanistan, and was invited into the Christie order. After settling in Ajmer, his generosity and inclusivity earned him the title Garib Nawaz, a friend of the poor. The Christie order in India. Integration into local practices such as the Christie order introduced by Moinuddin Christie and carried forward by saints like Qutbuddin Bhakti Khaki and Nizamuddin Auliya integrated local practices into Sufi traditions. The significance in context of art and culture goes as it is the amalgamation of Indo-Islamic architecture and syncretic traditions. The significance in the context of history goes as it highlights the role of Sufi orders in spreading Islam and fostering communal harmony. Let us see our next article, which is in the context of geography. Scientists have recent of a significant solar storm that struck Earth around 664 to 663 BCE. This discovery underscores the potential impacts of solar activity on Earth, both historically and in contemporary times. Let us understand about what is solar storm. A solar storm is a sudden and intense release of energy, particles, magnetic fields, and material from the sun into the solar system. These storms occur due to the sun's highly active and dynamic magnetic environment. The solar storm is an umbrella term that encompasses various phenomena, including solar flares, radiation storms, coronal mass ejections, all of which can have significant effects on Earth. Solar flares are nothing but sudden burst of energy and light which is emitted by the sun. And radiation storm goes as a high speed solar particles that can damage satellites and pose risks to astronauts. Coronal mass ejections are enormous clouds of solar material expelled into space which can disturb Earth's magnetic field. The effect of solar storms on Earth can be when a solar storm, particularly such as the coronal mass ejections, are directed at Earth, they can have a profound impacts on our planet's magnetosphere. These effects are called geomagnetic storms, which can disrupt communication systems, satellite operations, and power grids, which which can lead to radio blackouts, which is a high energy solar particle interfere with radio signals, disrupting communications, especially in aviation and maritime industries. It also causes power outages, such as when a geomagnetic storm can induce electric currents in power lines, damaging infrastructure and causing blackouts, such as the 1989 Quebec blackout. Solar storms can also create stunning natural light displays such as the auroras, which are also called as aurora borealis or northern lights and aurora australis or southern lights. These occur when the solar particles interact with the Earth's atmosphere, causing the emission of light. When solar storms do not directly harm human on when solar storms do not directly harm human life on Earth, the disruptions they cause to the technology and infrastructure have become a growing concern, particularly in the modern world where we heavily depend on satellite communication, GPS system, and power grids. Let us also see about the sun's corona. The corona is the outermost layer of the sun's atmosphere, extending millions of kilometers into space. This is characterized by a very high temperature, much higher than the sun's surface, which is the photosphere, and is made up of ionized gas or plasma. The corona is difficult to observe directly due to the sun's bright surface, but during a total solar eclipse, the corona can be seen as a faint shimmering halo around the sun. Let us see about our next article, exercise sin bags, which is in the syllabus context of GS3 security. The first edition of Joint Tabletop Exercise, which is the SINBAX, commenced at the Foreign Trading Node in Pune. This exercise is a significant milestone in defense cooperation between India and Colombia, focusing on enhancing interoperability and mutual trust between the armed forces between the both nations. The exercise Sinbax is a bilateral planning exercise conducted between the Indian Army and the Cambodian Army, with participation from an infantry brigade contingent from both sides. This exercise aims to strengthen defense ties, share expertise, and develop joint strategies for counter-terrorism operations. The key features of this exercise is, let us see in the context of objective. The objective is to plan and wargame the conduct of joint counter-terrorism operations during United Nations UN peacekeeping missions and to foster understanding and enhance interoperability between the two armies. The focus area includes intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance, cyber warfare, hybrid warfare, and so on. The indigenous capabilities context shows as the exercise showcases indigenous weapons and equipments of Indian origin, promoting the government's vision of Atmanirbhar, which is a self-reliance in defense protection. The exercise is conducted in three phases. In phase 1, which is preparation and orientation, and in the phase 2, which is a tabletop exercise, and in the phase 3, which is finalization and review. Let us see about the significance of exercise sandbags. It strengthens the India Cambodia defense cooperation by promoting trust and understanding of mutual operation capabilities. And it also enhances interoperability for effective UN peacekeeping missions. It also highlights India's growing role in the regional security architecture and its commitment to capacity building of friendly foreign nations. Let us see about India's role in UN peacekeeping. India has been a significant contributor to UN peacekeeping, providing personal training and expertise for various worldwide missions. Exercises like SINBAX align with India's commitment to global peace and security. Let us see about our next article, anthrax, which is in the syllabus context of biodiversity and environment. Recently, a female elephant died due to a suspected anthrax infection at the Bandipur Tiger Reserve, raising concerns about the spread of the disease among the wildlife. Anthrax is a zoonotic disease which is caused by the bacterium Bacillus anthracis, a spore forming organism that occurs naturally in soil. It primarily affects livestock and wild animals but can also infect humans under certain conditions. The anthrax spores are highly durable and can even remain viable in the soil for decades, posing a persistent threat to both humans and animals in affected regions. Let us see about key characteristics of anthrax. The causative agent is Bacillus anthracis, and its occurrence is in common agricultural regions where grazing animals are widely present, and its resilience. Spores can persist in harsh environments for extended periods. In the context of transmission, in animals, animals become infected by inhaling, ingesting, drinking contaminated soil, water, or plants. In humans, humans can contract anthrax through inhalation, cutaneous exposure, gastrointestinal exposure. Anthrax is non transmissible from person to person, unlike viral infections such as influenza or chickenpox. The cutaneous anthrax, which affects the skin, inhalational anthrax, which affects the lungs, gastrointestinal anthrax, which affects. the abdominal region. The wildlife impact includes animals like elephants, deer, antelope gazing on the contaminated soil are highly susceptible. Livestock such as cattle, sheep, goats are commonly affected, resulting in significant economic losses in the agricultural sector. In early stage, anthrax is effectively treated with antibiotics such as the ciprofloxacin, diclocycline, and penicillin. Advanced cases require prolonged treatment and supportive care. Vaccines are available but primarily recommended for high risk populations such as people working in anthrax endemic areas and veterinarians and laboratory personnel handling anthrax spores. Preventive measures include regular vaccination of livestock in endemic areas, proper disposal of infected carcasses to prevent environmental contamination, and public awareness. Let us see about our next article, RS-28 Sarmath, which is a key pillar in strategic weaponry. It is in the context of security and international relations. Russia is set to deploy the RS-28 Sarmath, an intercontinental ballistic missile (ICBM), also known in the West as Saturn II, replacing its aging Soviet-era ICBMs such as R-36M Voevoda. The RS-28 Sarmat is a state-of-the-art liquid-fueled intercontinental ballistic missile (ICBM) that is deployed by Russia. It represents a new generation of strategic weaponry designed to ensure Russia's deterrence capability against evolving global missile defense systems. It is a Type 3 stage liquid-fueled ICBM and weighs up to 208.1 metric ton and range is up to 18,000 km, capable of striking global targets. The payload can hold a capacity of 10 tons, allowing flexibility in warhead configurations up to 10 heavy nuclear warheads or 16 smaller ones. Hypersonic glide vehicles and countermeasures to evade missile defenses. Technological advancements such as short boost phase, which reduces the time for enemy detection and interception, and anti defense evasion, which is equipped to bypass advanced anti missile defense system through rapid trajectory changes and decoys. In the context of significance such as strategic deterrence, Russia enhances its second strike capability and crucial element of nuclear deterrence. In the context of geopolitical impact, reinforces Russia's position in global strategic stability discussions. And in the context of technological showcase, it demonstrates advancements in hypersonic technology and payload versatility, shaping the future for ICBM. Let us also see about ballistic missiles. Ballistic missiles are rocket propelled, self guided strategic weapon system that follows a ballistic trajectory to deliver its payload. Key characteristics such as trajectory, range variance, and payload options makes it so unique. The components are boost phase, which is powered ascent to exit the atmosphere, mid-course phase, unpowered ballistic trajectory in space, re-entry phase, descent back into the atmosphere to strike the target. By incorporating the RS-28 Sarmat into its arsenal, Russia has not only modernized its strategic deterrence capabilities but also has set a benchmark in missile technology. Thank you.